this was about 1949. I did my national service, and we were all lined up on parade one morning for inspection, and the corporal came round looking at us, and we all had to stay looking to the front. You couldn't look to see what's going on. And further down the line, I heard him say to one recruit, he said, have you shaved this morning, lad? And the fellow said, yes, corporal. So he said, did you put a blade in the razor? So he said, yes, corporal. So he said, did you take the paper off the blade? So
Yes.
Said, yes, corporal. So he said, well, next time, he said, stand closer to the razor. Of course, he hadn't shaved, and the corporal knew that, but it was smoothed over like that. But the guy was getting told off in the nicest possible way.
Hmm.
And one other little thing that's come to mind, talking of national service, I was on guard.
Yeah.
I was a sentry, and I had a sentry box and my rifle, and there was some general arriving, and it was late afternoon, and it was pouring with rain, so I was in my sentry box. And then the general's car came along, and it pulled up, and the general got out. And I stepped out of my box and presented arms, as you do.
Yes.
And he says, get back in your box, lad, you're going to get soaked. And I thought that was so lovely.
Get back in your box.
That's all I can think of for the moment. There are other things, but they would have to be brought to mind.
Yeah.
But it's just a couple of items from national service when I was, what was it, 18 and a half, yeah.
So you were 18 in 1948?
Yes, towards the end of 48,
Yeah.
because my birthday's in October.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went in February. I was...
How did you feel as a 9-year-old, right,
yeah.
1939, when you knew war broke out? Do you remember those times?
I can remember very clearly. It didn't really bother me too much because I didn't, at that age, you don't believe anything can ever happen to you.
Yeah.
And even when the bombs were falling and we were being blitzed every night, there's always this feeling that it won't happen to you.
Yeah.
We're all right, you know.
Yeah.
And we did have a bomb on the end of our road, actually.
Yeah.
And all the windows went out and everything. So the people at the end of the road were killed. Quite a few of them. Houses demolished. But we lived in a crescent, so the blast wasn't too bad. If it was straight roads, the blast might have done more damage. I used to go out in the mornings picking up bits of shrapnel from the guns that had fired, the AA guns that had fired in the night. We used to have a gun that came round every half an hour to the corner of the street and went boom, 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 and then he moved on.
And was it as dark as they say it was, you know, because it was always dark, wasn't it, the streets?
Well, yeah, the blackout.
Yeah, the blackouts.
You couldn't show a light without some air raid warning saying, put that light out.
Yeah, and you weren't allowed to walk the streets at night, were you?
Well, you could walk the streets at night at your own risk.
But you didn't know where you were going if it was pitch black.
Well, you could, even when the lights, all the street lights are out, it's never totally so black that you can't see. Not that bad. Your eyes, especially young eyes, can cope with poor light. And no, you don't. I mean, and things like the lampposts had white bands painted round them so that they were more easily seen in no light conditions at all. There was always some light, and on the nights when there was no great activity, they used to direct searchlights up to the skies, which hit the clouds and gave a sort of very low light.
Yeah, and how was school times from 39 to 47 or 45? Right. You still went to school, I imagine.
I went to school for a while. We didn't go to school. All the schools were closed
Yeah.
initially.
How long was that for? How long did that
I
last?
can't remember how long. Not very long. Maybe 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And then they decided that yes, you know, and then talked about evacuation. Once we got back to school, there was this gap in my education, and so I can't remember, anywhere between 3 and maybe 8 months, I don't know. And I was, what was I, just after 9, just turned 9, and
9 was 1939.
1939 into 1940, by which time I was 9.5, 10, and my education stopped completely, and I was learning to write, drawing up writing, and then with this break, and then when we went back afterwards, in that few months' time, I'd forgotten how to write properly.
Yeah.
And that is shown in my handwriting now. My handwriting is awful.
Yeah, but you know, it would happen
Because
to
it
most.
was broken. My
Yeah,
educational
absolutely.
point was broken.
Yeah. Do you remember your first girlfriend?
I had a sort of a girlfriend at school.
When did you first encounter when you thought, yeah, I'm into girls? How old was you?
Oh, 11, 12, 13.
Right, so about 1941.
Because that was at the time when my mother, as a theatrical landlady,
Yeah.
was giving digs to
Yeah.
people, well, chorus girls, Tiller girls, they
Yeah.
were called, because it was the Tiller group. Yeah. So yes, I had girls in my life, women, young girls in there when I was 15, 16, girls of probably 19, 20, thereabouts. And I was just fancy one here and there and take her to the pictures and things
Yeah,
like that.
that's it. Good old pictures. I
Yeah.
think we still did that in our times.
Up the cinema, yeah. Sometimes we used to do at school. We used to have a woodwork session Friday afternoons,
Yeah.
and that's when I used to go sick.
You never liked it.
And no, I didn't like that woodwork. No. And I'd take one of the girls to the cinema Friday afternoon. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Because you always mention your mum, but you never mention your dad. I've noticed.
That's strange you should say that, yes. Well,
Is that true?
My dad was a very quiet man.
Was he like private, was he? He was very private? Or?
He was. He was originally from the West Country, from Somerset. He was the son of a farmer.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I never asked any more details. I only know his father was a farmer. And he knew all about guns, shotguns and things like that. And he taught me a lot about shotguns.
Yeah.
And guns in general, you know, and got me interested in guns. I enjoyed shooting. I was a marksman when I was in the Army Cadets. Got cross rifles on my sleeve, very proud of that.
Okay, yeah, why not?
Because I was a good
It's
shot.
an achievement.
Yeah, it was, I was a good shot. And I was talking when I was 15 then, you know, and I used to enjoy, it's on the 2-2 range. I used to enjoy shooting. It was the marksmanship which I suppose helped me with my photography that I finally went into.
Yes.
I enjoyed being very accurate about things, and he was a surgical instrument maker.
Yes.
So he also was working with thousandths of an inch when he was making these surgical instruments in stainless steel and stuff like that. So I got my feeling for precision from him, I guess.
Your precision.
And he was the one that started me on photography because he was a keen amateur photographer.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
great.
used his camera and things like that. Yeah.
Do you still keep much of your equipment, or?
I've got all my equipment pretty well. Yeah, I mean, I had to throw a lot of it away when I moved from my mate.
And is it all still working, or?
Oh yeah. I mean, the last job I did was a school show about 3-4 months ago.
Yeah. It's good that you're still active and doing everything, and you know, because a lot of people.
I don't want to stop.
No,
I didn't
and I
retire till I was 81.
Yeah, well, I don't see why you should stop. If you can carry on going, and you still feel healthy, and obviously I know you work out and
Yeah.
you do it. It's so fantastic. Do you know what you are? You are an inspiration to
I've had
people.
that said before.
Honestly, you are an inspiration to people your generation. You really are. And to me, if you can do it, so can a lot of others. You know, obviously you can't help if they've got some kind of physical
Alzheimer's.
or their arms are not working, or their legs are obviously had been replated.
My knees,
yeah.
You know?
But you are, believe me, and whenever I talk about you to Gillian, you're an inspiration. Honestly, and I say that. I'm not saying it because I've got it on here, but
somebody said to me at the gym a couple of years ago, finding out my age, thinking that I was younger.
Yeah.
And I said, oh no, I'm whatever age I was.
Because you're 88 now, you had your birthday last week.
Now 88. And somebody even said to me this morning at the gym, I don't know why, but they came up and she said, I wouldn't take you for more than about 72, 73.
No, in touch wood, and I mean that sincerely.
You've made my day,
you are, and to me, I'm so honoured to have met you, and I mean that, and I do like spending time listening to you, working with you, which we're going to do that very soon.
Yeah.
Right? How do you feel about that? Are you?
Oh, I'm very happy. I was talking to my daughter. I said this is like a second night for me, because otherwise, as a retired person, unless the odd video job comes in or photography job comes in, I'm not doing much. I'm going to sit and watch television and as my knees are poor, I can't go out for a walk very easily, like I used to. So what do? And now I've got involved with filmmaking, let's put it that way.
Yes.
Even as the extra work that I do, and things like that, and with the work I'm now doing with yourself, it's another lease of life to me. Another reason to stay fit.
Yeah.
And
but you are,
useful.
what you have done is you've basically sent a message out to everyone else that even at 88 you can do things, right? You're an inspiration. You don't have to sit back and you don't expect people to serve you or do this for you, do that. You do it all yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You still get out and about, and that is, to me, something that is so fantastic.
I don't want to just sit and watch television for what's left of my life.
Yeah.
No, that's not for me. I'm sorry.
You
accept that.
You have got a lot more that's going to happen to you. That is, believe me. No, it will. You've got so much more, and when you look back on it, you will enjoy it. And you think, mate, I want to leave something.
Yeah, I do.
And that's what inspired me to do what I'm doing. I enjoyed what I was doing, but I got to the stage where I said to my wife one day, I want to leave something. So when I'm gone, I want to leave something, and people will say, here he is, that Derek Smith, he left something behind, right? And they can see it, and it becomes immortalised.
True.
And that's what achievement's all about. It doesn't always have to be about awards and trophies, and you've left something behind, and if it's recognised, you don't know whether it's recognised this year, next year, the other year, right? But it does happen, because it's we are all on that escalator, as we said. But I'm going to stop filming now, because you know how long you've been filming for?
10 minutes?
14.5 minutes. And it's good. I enjoyed that.
Cut.